Okay, welcome back to Heroes 3 as we continue Barren Lands, and I will start by just making a quick point, although I haven't uploaded the previous episode yet. I think it is worth kind of reiterating, I did kind of acknowledge this at the time, I think it is worth reiterating that it was probably, technically, the wrong play to continue fighting Jaegar in the previous episode. I did it really out of pride. We are going to the Necromancer's Island, by the way. This is, I'm pretty sure, the Necromancer's Island right here. And there is a place we can land. So that's the plan for the episode. I'm also going to go for a level 4 mage guild here. So I believe we need 8 of each precious resource. So we have a chance of getting the Armageddon spell here, which I think is worth going for. Because Malekith, of course, with the sorcery specialty is perfect for that. Let's see what we've got. Oh, Fire Shield and Counter Strike. That's really very disappointing. Okay, let's end this research, get Disrupting Ray, which we probably already have. We're going to upgrade the Green Dragon as well. So yeah, I do think it was probably the wrong decision to continue that fight, technically, and I kind of knew that at the time. But I also do think, as much as I love this game, it's not the best thing in terms of game design, that the right thing to do in that situation is to surrender, rather than to continue battling. And I think just for my pride, and just for the fact that it's pretty much the biggest fight of the playthrough so far, I really did want to just play that out and force him to surrender or retreat, which is what we did. I'm still going to call that a victory, but yes, it is possible that he could come back with just an imp because he did get the chance to retreat, which he wouldn't have got if we surrendered. It's really weird how the game works that way. Kind of annoying. But this is one situation where the week of the plague, the month of the plague, could actually work in our favor because he will probably, even if they can re-recruit him, he will probably not be able to recruit any archdevils until next week. Therefore, he will not be able to start battle with a speed advantage, and we should be able to kill anything he has with Armageddon before he can go for any more summons. And if we do somehow find ourselves back in a situation where he starts summoning Earth Elementals, this time round I will just surrender, which could potentially wipe him out. Yeah, it's a bit weird how it works like that. I don't really like that, but it is what it is. Okay, let's end the episode. Okay, let's end the turn there. So Red is still in the move. This hero is pretty powerful, obviously, wiping out the Coatls there. Opens that stuff up too, and is headed into our stronghold lands as well. Blue is coming to attack us over there. Orange is kind of all over us too, so we got a lot of little problems to deal with. This is also a pretty worrisome hero. I'm not too worried about the heroes that are on the sea. I think purple is pretty weak. And this stuff is more red's problem than ours. Okay, let's go back to Jaegar first, and we can land this turn. How many movement points does that use up? So we still got a lot of movement points, so I guess we might as well go to this. And go to this as well. Let's go for some more spell power. Another thing I need to do, of course, that I massively forgot in the previous episode, is to equip the Helm of Heavenly Enlightenment. I was too focused on more minor artifacts. Okay, so having done that, we're going to land right here. This is probably the only way onto the island, as far as I can see. Oh no, there's one there, perhaps. Not really sure. Anyway, we're going to see what happens. So the story of this map, in case you've forgotten, is that the Necromancer, we all united against the Necromancer, and upon defeating him, he cursed us all to fight each other. So we're going to see what's on his island. What I'm really hoping to find is perhaps, and I really don't know this, perhaps if we find a necropolis town in the center of this island, maybe that will have one of Town Portal or Fly or Dimension Door. Even Water Walk would be quite nice. So yeah, something like that would be good. This should be an easy win. No losses taken. Are there any available defenders? No. Okay. So yeah, stuff like this, it's not really worth chasing down. I think we're better off just following the path. Let's check we have the right artifacts on, which we do. Do we have something better than this? I guess this is better. Yeah, this seems fine. So Dima is definitely our second best hero after Jaegar. We can see Christian just there. So Christian is strong, and I think he is worth chasing down. So yeah, we'll go for him. Jedi is just going to continue going in this direction. Before we do, so something I also thought about is we did have the opportunity to pick up a first aid tent. It's kind of unfortunate that our best Armageddon hero has the first aid skill. It would survive the first 2 Armageddons, but I'm not sure it's really worth going for since it's still pretty likely to be destroyed. So Alamar is further ahead. We can just continue to push out with him. We can also, we're not going to go for that boat. We can also go to the west if we want to. We could try going for some of this stuff. I'm not sure if we're strong enough to hold this off. I think we could though. I think we do have enough in this town if we need to. So we should be able to make that work. So Jeremy I might end up dismissing. Haven't fully decided. So he is on this landmass, and we do have to deal with Rion. So Rion has 10 to 19 manticores, which is unfortunate because, yeah, Month of the Plague. We do have some defenders, but probably not enough to hold that off. So I think nearest hero is Mephala, and she's going to have to come back and... I can't quite get close enough. She's going to have to come back and defend our town. So we can land here if we want to. I'm not sure if that is worth it. I think we just need to get closer. Plus she does have 5 spell power, it's really knowledge that she needs. Yeah, it's a bit annoying. I wanted to send Mephala up to the north and to give her units to Gunnar, but I think she just needs to come and take the fight over here. It's that stage of the game. I think now that we've wiped out most of blue, we need to start. I think actually maybe red is restricted from recruiting more heroes, and that might stop Zaidar coming back. But yeah, we need to start chasing down some of these other heroes that are running around. This we've already got. This has already been visited too. So yeah, I think Jeremy will move down to the south and we can use him to potentially defend against blue. Blue does come down. So yeah, we'll go towards that. Jedi will just go straight to the south. The goal, of course, is to take that Inferno town. And then even if Zaidar does come back in this town, he's not going to have the speed initiative, so we should be able to destroy him on turn 1. Is it worth getting out of the way? Probably. Yeah, we'll take a step to the side, we'll start moving down, and I'm pretty sure these two have interacted pretty recently, so I don't think we need to mix them together again. I will equip this. Rest I think we leave as is. Yeah, let's not bother interacting, let's just keep pushing. So I think Alamar is going to go to the west, take this, maybe go towards the castle town, and Jedi is going to go to the south, take the Inferno town, and if we do make it all the way to this Seer's Hut with our 5 black dragons, we can then finally go for that quest. Also kind of curious about going for this, so this fight here is... it's probably doable just with the brute force of 44 Ifrit Sultans. The problem is Gunnar just doesn't have good spells. He doesn't even have blind, which is, like most situations, you can make up for not having wisdom, or not having good wisdom, just by going for blind. Very good level 2 spell, but yeah, it's not an option for us, so I think... I do want to go for the mercenary camp, but I think we do want to go for these enchanters. Assuming they are free, which a lot of this island does look unexplored. Can we really not get through there? I guess we have to go for this. Someone has taken it. Okay, that's a shame. Fine. So we can still reach this next turn. I'm just a little bit worried about who might be inside. So it could be Caitlyn with the black dragons. We're just going to go north. We'll see what happens. Yeah, very disappointing about the level 4 mage guild in this town. We could try going for a level 5, but it's really quite expensive. Although doable. Malekith does not have Implosion. He does have Meteor Shower. He does have the Shield of the Yawning Dead, which I think is the final missing piece. The Jaegar. But Jaegar's just too far away. So yeah, we do have a lot of other potential combination artifacts we can go for, but it's logistically quite complicated. Let's do some trading. This is probably fine even if we don't go for the Mage Guild. It's so expensive. But Having Implosion on this guy could be a game changer, so I'm just going to go for it. Water Elemental. Okay. We might be able to do something with that. Alright, so we're going to go to the north. We could have also gone for spell research, I guess, but it's fine. Going to go to the north, going to go towards Ivor, who is strong but not too strong. We can also go for this, Precision, but not really worth doing that. Yeah, we're going to go to the Fountain of Youth. I think there are other heroes around here as well. So there's Malcolm just there. He should be pretty easy to take on. And yeah, we'll see what happens. I could also go for the Magic Forest. I think I'd be more tempted by that if it was day 7, but because it's day 5, we're just going to go straight towards Malcolm. Ivor even. See what we can do. Okay, meanwhile, we do have a bit of a problem over here, so we do have the option of sending Kyra out at some point. It does have the 7 Titans, which I don't think is really enough. Take on Zarfax, so Zarfax does have the Archdevils. Huge number of rocks. Must have been gained through diplomacy, I guess. Yeah, I think we keep him in place for now. We do have some units we can recruit, but it's not really worth doing. So things we can spend gold on, I think I will probably just save gold for the most part. Tancred is available, and also Gem, who does come with a first aid tent, which might be worth bearing in mind. Okay, just going to end the turn there. So this stuff's all fine as long as red's not really a threat. Blue's running away. That's going to be annoying. Looks like we can chase down Ivor though. Purple does choose to land, which is disappointing but not surprising, and chooses to flee to the east as well. And yeah, all of this stuff, happy for teal and red to fight each other. So yeah, this I assume will confirm, yep, we're on the Necromancer's Isle. So let's see what we find. So purple has already been here, which means this is probably already taken. We can see Vampire Dwelling just there. Go to the east, we can see fires, we can see Hall of Darkness. This presumably leads towards the central town. Really hoping to find some good stuff in there. Okay, so Jedi is going to go to the south. We could send Alamar for this town instead. But I think Jedi is the one we want to take on. Wait, is he? So if Sidar came back, would Alamar actually be the better choice? Because he still has Armageddon. Doesn't have the units with the immunity, but does have Expert Meteor Shower. Worse spell points though. Could do an artifact swap, but no, I don't think it's worth it. I think I'll stay with what I said originally. Just going to go to the west and going to go for this town. We will take some losses to the towers, but should be able to resurrect those. Okay, so we have a few movement points left. If we go into the town, there is a level 4 mage guild, which has prayer. Research underway for Counter-Strike. Fine, whatever. Might actually already have it, but let's just go grab it. So it's day 6, I don't think it's worth waiting in the town. We could also go for the grotto. I think that is also not worth doing. We want to keep all of our units. If we go to the west, we could try to chase red down, but I think we do want to stay aggressive. So we do have Mysticism on this guy, so he's getting 30% of his spell points back per day. Therefore, I don't think we need to go into the swamp to go for this. I think we just continue following the path. Jedi will grab this on the way through, but I think we want to go south rather than west, although this is so close. But I really do want to get to that town as soon as possible, so I'm just going to ignore it. Okay, we'll follow that south, see where it leads. Okay, do we go for this fight? So other than the black dragons, I don't think anything worries me too much in there. There is a skill we could grab from the Witch Hut just there. We do have 2 free slots still. We also have... Okay, we're not quite going to get another level if we do go for the Learning Stone. Do we just go for this? So 94 spell points. We're not likely to go for very expensive spells regardless. I think if we just brute force the Black Dragons, we could probably make this work. So we want the strongest stack of Ifrit directly opposite the Black Dragons in case they wait. Scorpicors, meanwhile, I think we want those in front of the Zealots. So wait, these things have 11 speed, so they can't really get across. Their best chance of getting across is to go opposite the Medusa Queens. I'm gonna try this. They do have Orin with the archery specialty. So he has 13 attack, 8 defense, that's kind of worrisome. 60 spell points. We do also actually have tactics. So yeah, I think we want these to be able to guarantee access to the Black Dragons. The rest of these units just need to spread out. So good news is they don't have a castle, so not able to do too much damage for the towers. So spell options are not amazing. I think the best thing we can do, because we can't cast spells on the dragons, maybe we just want to bless the Ifrit. Stone Skin is plus 6 defense, I don't think that's as good. I don't think haste. Well, haste takes us up to 16 speed, these are 15 speed. So yeah, we could attack those, but I also want to absorb retaliation from them first, so I think we wait, we let him cast first. So this unit is going to, I think, also wait. I think we just use the 1 stacks. Okay, goes for the slow on those. So that kind of forces our hand. Also waits with the dragons. Gonna go for the haste. These go for a block. We could attack. I don't see why not. So this stack is going to wait. This stack will go to absorb retaliation. This stack, I think, we could use it to block the unicorns from accessing the 1 stack, but Minotaurs probably just go for us. So the first to move are the Harpy Hags, followed by the Minotaurs. Yeah, we can't really block them in with the 1 stacks. I think we still just go for this, just to force their hand. We'll wait with these. So 1 to 2 kills against these, 3 to 5 kills against the Medusa Queens. Not worth going for the unicorns, it's not in our favour. I think we wait. Okay, so Harpy Hags kill those off, that's okay. Release those to the Minotaurs. Okay, but the initiative is now ours, so it's annoying we can't quite reach the Black Dragons. I think we do go for this. As we get the paralysis, that's awesome. These will go for the attack as well. Black Dragons get their move, and we are now able to move our stack of 40 of these. We also have the speed initiative next turn, which helps. So we go for this, we get just 1 kill, which isn't great. Okay, never mind. So next round begins. The towers go for the Archdevils. We actually do take a loss there. We're going to go for Bless on these. I think the Scorpicors will go for this stack. So let's go Archdevils to here. Can't force the friendly fire. So we'll just go for this attack. So that time we get 2 kills against them. Black Dragons actually kill the Scorpicles off. They go for the Ice Bolt on those 2. Oh, this is looking pretty bad. This is a very strong stack though. So just have to see what we can do. So unfortunately we cannot really do much to hold the Medusas while also attacking the Black Dragons, but there's only 3 of those left. What else can we do to protect these? So I guess we have to Stone Skin. Other options don't really do too much. We go for Curse against these. That does work really well against Harpy Hags. I think that is worth doing. But we could also just attack them. But no, I think more important to go for the Minotaurs. So Curse also makes a pretty big difference against Minotaurs. We also want to limit their ability to attack us from this side. I'm going to Curse these. We attack the Minotaurs, we block the Medusa Queens, which is actually probably not really to our advantage, as the Black Dragons go for the Catapults for some reason. They respond with the Bless, so we actually take a lot of losses there. Oh, and we get petrified too. Awoken by the towers. Okay, what do we do about this? So we could go for a Fireball, but it only does 65 points of damage. We can still kill off most of the Harpy Hags. I think we want to kill off the Zealots too. So Lightning Bolt, 135 points of damage, kills 4 of those off. I think we got to kill the Harpy Hags. And we'll go for Stone Skin too. So Black Dragon's still not attacking us, presumably to avoid the friendly fire, goes for the Ice Bolt. Taking pretty heavy losses, but 17 is not too bad, now down to 16. We've got to kill those Black Dragons. Maybe we fly across and attack them, because the Medusa Queens are doing the same damage to us either way. If we move out of their damage range, that does kind of help us. We do have to fight these at some point. I'm gonna kill these off. And we go for this. Because that way their ranged units are doing half as much damage, although he does have the archery specialty, which is worth bearing in mind. And he goes for the Ice Bolt again, so down to 10 left. Gets a lot of moves in a row, I guess because our haste wore off. So if we go for this now, we do get another kill, so I think we do have to do it. It's close, but I don't think we win. Yeah, with the Ice Bolts as well, I think we have to flee. If we go defensive, can we hang on? So Ice Bolt, he will be able to go for one more of those. It doesn't quite work. Yeah, and no way we're killing off that dragon, so we're gonna have to retreat. But we've done a lot of damage to him. He can't recover these types of units. Let's take 4 of these. Then surrender. Okay, that's annoying, but never mind. We can still go after Christian, but he will be able to get away. I think I probably do just want to recruit Gunnar back in the exact same town. We could go for the Mana Vortex too. Problem with that is lack of mana wasn't really the problem. Didn't gain any experience for that as well. So Dragonwind Tabard would be good. There is also a bit of knowledge up there. Yeah, I think we still want to get Gunnar back here. Few units available, nothing too much. Artifact Merchants could be interesting. It's expensive, but not terribly expensive. If we just get next week's units and we beeline towards this, I think that's winnable. But we should try and do something useful in the meantime. So already been to this. We could go for the Battle Scholar Academy, and then when we go back up, we go for the Learning Stone. This town at least doesn't have a castle for now, so Potentially doesn't have too many dwellings either. Gonna go for the experience for now. And guess we should grab this. So this on day 7 will give us at least... In fact, it will give us +2 morale. So yeah, I think we go for that. Dima is going to go to the east to take this on, and take on Eovacious. I think we just need any kind of hero in this town. Unfortunately, we can't get any more units. If we could, that might make the difference. But I think the arrow towers should finish Eovacious off before he can move. So someone needs to go into a town. Either that or we dismiss someone. We could send Mephala into the town, but we've got to chase Rion down. Other choices, so Malekith can go for Ivor, who I'm pretty sure is weaker. I think I want to rearrange these a bit. I do wish we had Acids instead of Stormbirds, but yeah, I think we can go for this. We should be okay. So victory is expected. We have been able to do some damage to this guy before, so he has just the one black dragon. That is probably a sign we shouldn't go for. I did actually already have Air Elemental. We do have Expert Water Magic though, so Expert Water Elemental is pretty good here. Expert Bless also pretty nice, but we can probably rely on the enchanters to do that. I think... Would it make sense to teleport? Don't quite have the mass slow. We can go for Earth Elemental, but it looks like Water Elemental is better. Chain Lightning, 1000 points of damage. I think that's got to be done. He does have the first aid. I think we'll go for Medusa Queens, because the Chain Lightning will end on the first aid 10, as it doesn't. It goes the other way. Does that make sense? I guess it does. I guess it was equal between the Pegasi and the units up there. Never mind. Okay, we're going to go for... I guess we go against these. Only thing with this unit is we can't resurrect them, so do need to be a little bit careful. Okay, so best unit to absorb retaliation from these is... I'm not really sure, but I think we do wait. We do take a loss. Maybe I should have stayed back. Okay, we're going to weaken these a bit, as we do kill them off. Okay, we'll send these forwards. This stack is able to finish these off. These go forwards too. Next round begins. Do we resurrect? So if we go for Chain Lightning, it doesn't quite work in our current position. We can't really go for this either. We could go for Meteor Shower on these two stacks. Wouldn't be too bad. Key threat though is definitely the Pegasi. So Ice Bolt does 642 points of damage. Meteor Shower is still better. He probably will retreat soon. I'm going to resurrect these. Try and hang on to as many units as possible. These do a lot less than I expected. I think we still go for this though, can't really do anything else. As he does flee. Okay, so pretty heavy losses, but we have dealt with a pretty annoying enemy. I think we do want to go after Malcolm. I think he went to the northeast. We'll go chase him down. I think we do need to try to corner Christian as well, so let's go for that. Mephala. I guess we can temporarily go into the town, and that's purely for the sake of recruiting one of these two. So Gem could still be useful somewhere else, so we're going to go for Fafnir. We tuck him in the town, we go back to this town. Mephala comes back out, we'll give her a gold dragon, I guess. Do we want anything else? So this reduces enemy spell points, we'll go for these two. Or it makes their spells cost more, same thing effectively. That should be fine. Okay, then we go for this. We do get the level up, but we still don't get any more knowledge. I think we will go for that advanced wisdom, which I've been trying to get for a very long time. First aid would have been good, but advanced wisdom means we can now at some point get resurrection. This town I think is not really worth going back for. Jeremy grabs this, then grabs some spell power. And we should still be able to beat Linus back to that town if we need to defend. It's day 6, so we want to avoid spending too much. I'm going to watch this back one more time. Pretty sure they're not within a day's reach of our stronghold town. They do have a decent amount of movement points though. Okay. None of this worries me too much. Okay, that all seems fine. Let's just absolutely make sure about this. So yeah, red is still all the way down there, so we should have at least until next week to bolster our defenses. So pretty sure they haven't re-recruited Jaegar, possibly because there are too many heroes on the map. As blue does come out. So if we could cut them off, that'd be perfect. But we do need to wait till next week. Okay, so we can see purple is still on the Necromancer's island. And there's still stuff to be claimed. Ah, black border gate. I have no idea where that is. And I do have a slight fear that it could be through here. Because that would make sense, because this has to be for something. That'd be really annoying, because I'd have to come all the way back to this at some point, potentially. But that might just be the case. So yeah, we can see purple is over here, so I think first thing we want to do is to wipe them out, because it's a pretty good hero, actually. Okay, fastest way to reach that, I think, is to go to the east and to go through lots of ghost dragons. Gunnar grabs this, yeah, day 7, so we get +2 morale boost. We go over to this, we've already visited it. Yeah, so I think not really too much we can achieve here. I guess we could go for this, but do we still have enough movement points to get back? I think we do. Yep, so Gunnar goes back to this. We're going to go for the mana vortex, I think. Double our spell points. And next turn we go out to attack. Okay, we're going to go for knowledge, and we're going to try and cut Malcolm off if we can. If we go this way instead, it's probably a little bit wiser. Despite what the game says. So yeah, Linus is headed this way, or Rion even. Been saying Linus the whole time. They do look kind of similar. Do we just wait here? I think we're probably fine to do so. So Mephala, would she be better off getting on a boat? So if we go down here, we don't know if he had 2 movement points remain. So if we could get on a boat just there. She does have navigation, but only basic navigation. I do still wonder if that's faster. I think it might be. But we have so few spell points. Okay, that didn't quite work. So there is the well just there, which I guess we now have to go to. So there's a chance Rion will take this town, but we will be able to buy some more defenders. Day 7, so we have a lot of interest coming in next turn. So Alamar has most of his spell points back. I think we do want to build his stats up too, so we'll go for this. I'm going to probably ignore the gold mine. I think key thing is just to take as many towns as quickly as possible. It's going to be impossible for Jedi to get the Inferno town prior to the Archdevils coming back, but there should only be 2 of those. Pretty sure there's only one external Forsaken Palace on the map. We already know where that is. I should maybe look at what that's guarding, but I don't really want to take that fight. Okay, so Christian is very much cornered and chooses not to move. We are only expected to take one loss, so that's a pretty good sign. We'll still try and prevent that. We don't have a huge force here. So Meteor Shower is strong enough to get a lot of kills on these. I think we do want to kill off the Sea Dogs though. Only has 8 spell points. Because yeah, Sea Dogs could get a jammy kill against our Titans, or even against our Crystal Dragons or Rust Dragons. Goes for the Stone Skin, not the best choice. None of these units can reach us. Do we go forwards? So this is perhaps where the AI lost the Naga Queen. I don't think we engage. Ah, they get to reach us anyway. Okay, fine. And we actually take more losses. But it's okay, we do a resurrection. Okay, next round begins. We can go for Implosion on this stack, which is probably a good thing to do, but we don't have the Shackles of War. So if we can keep preventing losses, then perhaps we want to go for this. So yeah, these things, with our Elixir of Life, we still have 941 hit points, so we're pretty safe to go for this. So pretty high chance Nyx Warriors will attack us, but we can only get 2 kills on those. I don't think they could kill off either of these 2 stacks though. So if we just keep these out the fight, that might be better. So yeah, Nyx actually only do 51 damage. They do get the morale, but they still go for that stack, that's fine. So I think we're still holding on okay. He does have the artillery skill. So yeah, I think we want to go for Implosion on this stack, wipe it out, and he should probably retreat pretty quickly now. Yeah, he's definitely retreating. I will wait just in case. Yeah. Still, no losses taken, and there should be another town just through here. So, can't really tell what it is from the dirt terrain, but we've seen there are 3 of each type of town, so it could be dungeon. I think, yeah, we've already got all 3 stronghold towns. We've already seen all 3 tower towns, we've seen all 3 inferno towns. We've only seen 2 cove towns. This town's kind of an outlier. We've seen 3 castle towns. We've seen 3 rampart towns. I think we've seen 3 fortress towns too. Memory's starting to fail me a bit. Yeah, we have, because there's the one in the center here. There's the unclaimed one in the northwest. Then there's the one we do have. So I guess it has to be a cove town, or maybe conflux, or maybe dungeon. We'll see. Just gonna watch this back one more time. There's so many heroes on the move, there could be a threat I've forgotten about. So yeah, that hero is pretty close. I think we do need to buy some defenders. It's unfortunate because we've got so much interest coming in. Potentially 60,000. Yeah, nothing else too worrisome. So yeah, if we go back to this town, it does look like red can probably reach. So unfortunately, we probably do need to hire all of this. So Gerwolf just has the 1 knowledge, which is also not too great, but there's not really much we can do about that. Okay. I think we just buy everything. It's quite expensive, but losing this town would be really inconvenient. That seems fine. Okay. So still a lot of interest coming in. Could have maybe done some trading, but it's fine. Red's going for the stat boosts. Chooses not to attack us now. Stops going aggressive. We could still catch blue out, I think. So yeah, Eovacious does come to attack us. We will just apply that, of course. Powers must have finished him off before he could cast. Teal still recruiting heroes. We can see that Brissa has chosen not to move, obviously cornered. Bring these back together. A horde of ghost dragons, wow. We should still be strong enough though. Yeah, I do think they're getting through us. Over 100 water elementals coming in per turn. Let's go for it. So we could go for something like Meteor Share if we want to. That does 1800 points of damage to each stack, which will actually kill off a stack each time. So maybe it's faster to do that, but I still think for safety, we just go for these. Okay, they're not going for the water elementals, unfortunately. We also can't blind them. I'm gonna go for Meteor Share on these 3. Resurrect these. These defend. Hopefully we won't take another loss to these. It'd be annoying if we do. We do just about hang on. So this stack's going to wait. Weaken these. We should be able to hang on. So we bring this back. This defends. Yeah, Phoenix is just about hang on. So we weaken these. Attack them with the water elementals. And Phoenix has finished them off. So 10,000 experience, we do get another level up to level 26. And we can reach Brissa. Still have 321 spell points, which should be more than enough. She also only has 5 spell points. So 15 spell power, but can't really use it. Should mean we're probably safe to go for Chain Lightning or something, but we don't have it. Meteor Share on these 3 stacks. There aren't too many sorceresses, but they do curse us, which is annoying. Although Sea Dogs can be a big threat with the accurate shot, so I think we still go for this. Okay, they've stolen it from us, but they can't cast it, it's fine. There we go, they do get the accurate shot. So I think we do have Shackles of War on this guy, if I remember right. So we should be able to get those units back. Yeah, he's getting really lucky with the accurate shot, and also the haste is pretty annoying. It's fine though, because he's not going to be able to get through those water elementals. I wish I checked. I think I do have Shackles of War. The safest bet is probably just to blind his strongest stack, so I'm going to go for that. I think I neglected to cast in that round. It's fine though. Okay, I'm gonna res these first. Wow, okay. Safety option is just to get some more. Although, if she does surrender while we have no other units, that becomes a huge problem. So let's bring these back. So yeah, she could surrender. I think she would have by now. Although the AI doesn't really take into account whether their units are blinded first. So we go for Resurrection, it affects no one. We go for Implosion, it can kill all of these off. She steals our spell at the last minute, but it will make no difference. Golden Bow could be good. Pretty sure we have Bow of the Sharpshooter artifacts several times over as well. Bit of extra spell power is a nice bonus, and we can go to the northwest to get out of here, so let's do that. I'm really hoping we find Black Keymaster's tent on this island. It'd be difficult otherwise. Ball of Summoning lets us down. We could go for Mage Guild level 4 here. I'm actually pretty tempted by that. Only thing is, of course, we do just have the basic wisdom, so it's pretty pointless. Okay, let's buy as many units as possible. I think we just buy everything. Okay, so a stack needs to be left behind, I guess. The Trogs. I think the Ifrit will be more useful. And then hopefully this is enough. So we want to probably avoid taking more battles, because we want to keep our morale bonus. Let's go straight north. So 200 spell points. Spell casting is still not that great, but I think that's fine. We're going to go for additional attack. Already got all of our spell points. Okay, so it's swamp terrain, which suggests this is probably, yeah, the final cove town. Okay, we'll go for that. So Rion's still coming towards us. We're going to grab the ore. Don't think they can reach us in the town. I guess we'll go for water magic. Okay, so defenders in this town. Can he actually reach us? I kind of doubt it. But we should get some. Okay, so we're back up to 200,000 gold. Just go for everything. That should be fine. In fact, we'll put these in the middle just in case he goes for meteor shower or something. Has Xydar come back? Doesn't seem like it. So he's hopefully gone forever now. Unfortunately, he does not appear in our tavern. Okay, so we can see a crystal dragon fight to the east. Red will get some archdevils back. But I think we still go towards it. Because his heroes are not that good now. Just Starfax, really. So we've got Malekith. Malekith is not quite able to reach Malcolm, which means we do just have to, I think, recruit as many defenders here as possible. Probably also a hero. So out of these two choices, neither are particularly good. I think Straker's the one I'm more willing to lose. Do we keep these? They will drop our morale, but they should actually survive better than the Centaur captains. We'll see how it goes. So by going to the south, we are putting ourselves back at war with Teal, but that's fine. We'll go across to this. And we're still not able to reach. Not sure this is the right decision. Perhaps we should be going for the stronghold town instead, but the additional reinforcements would also be useful if he for some reason doesn't attack. Okay, there's so much going on at this point, I think it is worth watching this back at the end of each turn, just in case. So quite a few red heroes around the Inferno town still. Rion is clearly beelining straight for the fortress town, but that's fine. There is that orange hero who comes out of Fog of War to the west somewhere. Which is probably not important, but I remind myself where that could be. Maybe on this side? So he comes out, he's on a beach, and he goes to the east. It's not immediately clear where that was. I think we just see what happens. So Red's still in two minds about whether to attack us. We do have a hero in a town who could be released. Still clearly coming to attack us there. Okay, so he's actually over at the swamp, that's fine. Does choose to attack us with Malcolm. Yeah, and this guy does have a lot of units, so there might not be too much we can do about this. Also has ballistics, so that's pretty bad. We don't have the best spell options, but we can go for blind. It only lasts for 2 rounds. But it might be worth doing that. So these things can destroy our fortifications, and these things are the bigger threat. Can't blind the Ugly-Korkoi, which is a bit of a problem. But yeah, I don't think there's really anything else that makes more sense. So if we move out of range of these, in fact they can't reach us this turn regardless, he's probably going to go for a spell. So we should be able to move our Grand Elves prior to the Cyclops Kings making their move. So let's just wait. Here's for the mass shield. I will blind these. I will go for this. I doubt we can kill it though. So he doesn't have artillery. But yeah, even a stack of 2 gold dragons against 19 defense, there's not really too much we can do. Just gonna go for this, I guess. Ah, the towers are going for those, that's not really that useful. So we can blind something else. No, we can't. We've used all of our spell points. Do we just come back? I guess so. I will still go for these. So do we finish this off? How much difference does that really make? Not too much. Well, it drops all of their hit points by 15%. It does make the Pegasi attack pretty pointless, but I think it's still the best thing to do. Then we just try to hang on. But the towers do go down pretty much immediately. So if we go for this, we're unlikely to get a kill. These things have been hasted, so they can reach us regardless. But I think, yeah, still, unfortunately, hanging on in this corner might still be our best play. Maybe not, given the tower situation. This stack is bothering me quite a lot, but I think if we can just start picking off some of his individual stacks, that'd be good. Although he might be able to steal some units, although not from this town. Is Malekith strong enough to deal with this? I think he is. Could we get a kill if we go all out against this? Probably not, to be honest. I think we do just have to stay in place, as they do get the morale. So we shoot this, still no chance of a kill. If we go for this, also unlikely. Not really too much we can do. Okay, Straker is lost as expected, but he chooses not to proactively fight us, so that's interesting. So our Crystal Dragon Dwelling also still hanging on. Okay, gonna really hope we find that Black Keymaster's tent. I will go for the +2 to our attack, I guess. It's not looking too good. I think we might have to go to a completely different part of the map for that. Ah, that's so annoying. I will see what the Seer's Hut is, at least. Okay, so as far as I'm aware, Xydar has still not come back. So yeah, Zarfak's still the strongest. We're just going to go straight towards that Inferno town. Grab the stable boost. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. So if Gunnar goes all out towards this, he will probably go back to defend. But he's not recruited any more units, which to me suggests the town is not very built up. Go for a fight like this for some experience. I feel like that could easily backfire. Let's not do that. It's probably worth trying to see if we can get blind from this. Visions, okay. Is Alamar strong enough to go for all this stuff? So he does have Aiden. So Aiden's taken the best of his units. Could also perhaps be an elemental summoner. I know he's used Aiden before, so Aiden does have some okay stats. I think we will take some strength as we pass through. We'll go for knowledge, since there's a well just there. So we can go for Wild Willow if we want to. We do not have all of our spell points, but I think we should win this. Let's check our spell situation. So yeah, we got the blind, we got the meteor shower. Got water elemental if we need to. Other than the Ulgoi Korkoi, he's not that good. I think we still go for this though. Just because I can see there being a situation with the spell points that's really frustrating. I don't want to take my chances. Okay, guaranteed kill, so let's go for resurrection on these. Yeah, we're going to spend a turn here just to be absolutely safe. So fastest speed unit is speed 9 by the looks of it. Guess we do this. Nothing else we can do to strengthen ourselves in town, so yeah, I think we wait here for a turn. If he chooses to retreat, he'll probably go towards his fortress town, which is fine. I do still want to go and get this back, of course, but can't really do two things at once, just have to see how it goes. Okay, Mephala goes and gets her spell points back. This town already has all the defenders it can. I think there's a chance we survive this. I think we do keep the 1 Silver Pegasus over 57 normal orders. We'll see. So I do want to grab this on my way through because we do have the Grail town, of course. Also get a level up for that. Let's go for advanced defense. Sure, we'll buy these. That's fine. Okay, Malekith will stay in place. Situation up in this part of the map, so Ash is still choosing not to attack. We also have Nimbus, but Nimbus is pretty weak. Various heroes sailing around, so Zarfax is still considered his best. So yeah, he doesn't really have too much else beyond Zidar, now that Zidar's been wiped out. I'm pretty sure Zidar isn't coming back, and if he does, he'll be on a different team. So that's pretty good. So yeah, additional Nyx production in a town like this could be pretty handy. We do have someone we can bring out of a town if we want to. I think actually I wouldn't mind. Well, it's too late for Gem, I guess. This stuff is all pretty well protected. So if we did recruit someone, we could go for Dace perhaps with the Minotaur specialty. Edric is not too useful. We can bring someone back in this town, that would be an obvious place for Dace, but this town is also pretty safe, so I think we want him somewhere that could still be attacked. So this island seems fairly safe. This has become Purple's capital. Just wondering who actually has enough to take this on. So it's currently pretty undefended, but by the time we get there it'll probably have 2 weeks worth of ancient behemoths and things, so there's not really anything this town can do about that. So yeah, it probably does have to be Malekith, unfortunately. Okay, so if we go back to this town, if we choose to recruit someone from this town, there is some stuff we can grab around here, which is probably worth having. I'm just going to go for that in the absence of any obvious moves. Okay. Ending the turn there. So potentially making moves on our tower town, but that's fine. Rion expect to take pretty heavy losses. I think this is, other than perhaps the Manticores, this feels winnable. So I guess we focus those down. He does have a lot of spell points. Oh, I've forgotten to buy a spellbook for Jeremy. That probably would have been the difference maker too. Oh, how annoying. Okay, we'll see how well the towers do. Don't want to bunch my units up too close, just in case. Okay, goes for the Ice Bolt. Does do a lot of damage, but not enough to get a kill. So if we go out, we can go for these, and then we can return if we want to. We are fast enough to do so, so yeah, I think we do go for this. Weaken these. My intuition tells me this is winnable. But obviously with spells it would be a lot easier. I think we return. We'll go for this in case of the Death Gaze, which does not kick in. Okay, no petrification. So these are 2 retaliations, so I don't think we go for that. Okay, return to defend. Ah, I forgot about the serpent flies. And it is their native terrain. And I also do want to shut down the wood elves. For another hit and run. So I'm going to wait for now. Okay, we get the petrification on those, that's great, we'll try on these as well. Ice bolts those, so perhaps would have been better off using them. These have already retaliated twice, so I guess we just go for this. Please defend. He's spending more on his spells. Yeah, he's spending more on his spells because the Silver Pegasus is still alive, which is handy. He tries to go for that too, so his lack of ballistics is screwing him over a bit. Okay, we're gonna wait. Goes for the Ice Bolt. It does have a lot of spell points, but lack of ballistics still ruin him here. Yeah, if he's just going to keep going for Ice Bolt, that might be fine. Oh, I didn't realize we'd be in the tar there. Okay, I want to weaken these. Okay, now return. Okay, Ice Bolts those. So the Ice Bolts are a problem, but you can only get 1 stack at a time. Resist the temptation to go for this, the tar should kill them off. I think loss of morale actually saves the pikemen, if anything. Okay, so they do have a way through. Let's kill these off and block it off. Nice. So we do win. We lose pretty much everything, but we also get some pretty useful artifacts. I guess we'll go for Wisdom. So Jeremy's actually looking okay. Looks like Blue's actually going to retreat. Oh, wow. So the Grail Town is threatened. Eel moving all over the place. Another threat to the Grail Town there. Also going for our Crystal Dragons, potentially. They shouldn't be able to afford those, though. This feels like such a waste of Jaegar's time, but... if you defeat Dread Knights defending the Black Tent, you will get a lot of experience. Right, but where are those? If it's Dread Knights guarding it, that suggests it's on this island, perhaps. So I'm going to keep looking for it. Maybe it's just down here. Okay, we'll see. Very annoying route to go, but of course, once we take this town, we can just... let's go for knowledge, I guess. Once we take this town, we will be able to... Town gate. Okay, he has a lot of archdevils. This could be tough, but I think we have to go for it. Okay, let's prioritize the town. Don't mind losing those. Okay, loss is starting to spread around, but that's fine. Still go for this. Blind these, kill these off. Okay, Titans might just about be able to hang on. So, we'll resurrect this. So, 7 speed on these. Can the Titans kill them off? We'll see. 2 to 3 kills, yeah, so not quite gonna work. Guess for bless on those, but no kill. Oh, it does actually work out. Okay, perfect. So we take what was their capital. There is a Mage Guild level 4 available in here if we want to spend the gold. I'm not sure where actually we should go. This actually continues to go to the east, which is quite unexpected. Nothing available to recruit. I should probably drop these Nyx off, as yeah, it looks like the trail does run out there. And there's no chance of boarding a ship this turn, so... let's just go back to the town. Okay, are we strong enough to take this on? Yes, definitely. Expert ballistics as we approach the town could be handy. And we are able to reach this. Small token defense does go in. There is Orin there who could easily go back to attack this town, which is now undefended, but should of course still take this town while we can. And I'll even ignore the attack boost. So a few losses expected. We know we don't have resurrection, so I think we just have to accept that. We'll go for basic air magic, which does get us, this town does get us the additional sight from the lookout tower. Doesn't really reveal too much. But yeah, I think, well, there is blue there. Zubin, he's pretty weak. I think this is kind of it for the other side of the map. I can't really imagine there's too much else. There's some kind of island to the northwest. There is another dungeon town somewhere that we still need to find. Okay, Malcolm has moved just out of range. Is there a way we could grab him? So we can still go to this, that's good. Alright, let's grab the remaining units. Gonna split these in half. Also, before I forget, yeah, we do have Shackles of War on this guy. Okay, so Malachus' situation, he does not have too many artifacts. But yeah, we should be able to win this. Okay, we'll see. Wow. I must have massively underestimated this guy. What's so good about him? Maybe we need water elementals. Could swing things more than chain lightning, although chain lightning does do a lot. It's this stack that causes the most problems. Yeah, I would have thought just a big stack of water elementals. It's not too expensive to cast either. Teleport costs us 1 as well. We don't have expert earth magic still, so yeah, I'm gonna go water elementals. They do spawn where I didn't want them to spawn, but never mind. We get the mass bless too. I think we do just weaken these. So the auto-resolve got almost 0 kills for this. But I'm not seeing what's so difficult about it. Summons obviously make a massive difference. Okay, it doesn't go for a spell there. So Meteor Shower, 784 points of damage. Does do a really nice amount to these 2 stacks. Guess we'll just do it. Korkoi will go for the Master Gremlins, I'm pretty sure. Oh wow. Sacrifices his own units there. Devours the corpse. Wow, okay. Interesting. So yeah, that's still very much the big threat. But that was expected. Five speed, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like they can't quite reach, even if we do move. I'll stay defensive. So the problem with this is, I think we have a choice. We either go for more summons, which is the more sure way to win, or we start going for resurrections. Which is the best way to keep this hero relevant after the battle. We can also go for things like blind, but it doesn't work on the Korkoi. I think we need at least 1 more stack of these. I don't think he'll surrender just yet. These will absorb retail. Okay, he also has the resurrection. We might need 1 more stack. That also perhaps explains the lack of losses on the auto-resolve. Might need even more. In fact, I think we do. So if we just go for something like Meteor Shower, 784 points of damage. Kills 11 of the Korkoi, 19 of these. We can probably wait to do that though. So if we resurrect, the most useful stack to resurrect is... Okay, so we can't actually resurrect the Stone Gargoyles. Get 35 of these back. I think it's still the best bet just to go for more of these. I know it's not the most honourable way to fight, but we do what we must. Yeah, that 20 defense is making a massive difference. Do we need even more? I think we do. Yeah, I can see how the auto-resolve struggled with this. Because of that first aid as well. 0 kills from that. Need to get rid of this shield, perhaps. So these two are not close enough to go for Meteor Shower. So the stack of 76 says they can reach the Crusaders, so yeah, let's focus these down. Doing so little damage. Maybe we do need to use our sorcery specialty more. I actually want to send these down to attack the first aid tent, but there's no way through. Do we go for it again? The losses start to look very permanent at that point. But I think we probably have to. So we want to go for probably quite cheap spells, so Lightning Bolt is not too expensive. Meteor Shower on 2 stacks though is the ideal option. Okay, resurrects those. I'm gonna go for it. Yeah, I think that specialty is the most important thing we have in this fight. Potentially realised it a little bit too late though. Might even need to use Magic Arrow. Wow, 2 spell points each. That might really be the way through this. Yeah, I think that's the way. Just hang on. And kill everything with magic arrows. Do we still brawl? I don't even think we do. I think we just move towards the Cyclops. Okay, that's all of his spell points gone. Problem for us, of course, is getting our units back at the end. I'm not sure we really can. Because right now we still need more units. Guess we want 32 of these. Okay, we're down to 1 more resurrection now. This is super dangerous. So how much can we do? Kill off 5 of them. So for resurrection we have 3 spell points left that we can use. I wonder if we actually just avoid... Well, we could avoid casting for the sake of trying to focus down the first aid tent. Is this their best hero? I hope it is. Wow, yeah, that doesn't do much. I think we do want to reduce the hit points on that first aid tent. Problem is, these are 5 speed, we're 7 speed, these are 6 speed. We do have the stone skin as well, which will wear off at some point, but the Cyclops Kings will kill us with attrition slowly. It's also got the ballista. Okay, we're going to switch to melee, and we're going to attack this. Yeah, they pretty much closed us down. The other thing is, could they get morale? So it seems they have neutral morale. Could be really important. Thing is, we can't really kill off the first aid tent before they attack us. So 3 magic arrows left to go. We should be able to kill these through combat. We can also go for our resurrection if we want to. So resurrection will bring back 94 of these. I think 10 enchanters is more important. Yeah, that neutral morale is so important. So if we can get away from these, then I think it's more important we kill this. This might be the most relevant I've ever seen first aid be in a battle. Yeah, so I would have done this differently playing it back. I would have relied a lot more on magic arrow. We can see we kill 9 instead of whatever we were killing before. Do we start attacking these? I think maybe we magic arrow these. We could actually go for slow, which only costs 3. We could do that twice. And that might be better. So do we slow once or magic arrow twice? I think we do magic arrow at least once, of course. That mostly kills those off. So tempting to kill this off. It probably does even make sense to do it as well. I think we do it. He's gonna flee though. But I think just winning this is the best we can hope for. I'm going to move away, because what we want to do is we want to wait for a round and then hit him 4 times in a row. So I think he's in range of both stacks. So we go 1, 2, 3. Ah, he's going to survive it. It's so close too. I'll wait to tempt him to come closer, but no, he does flee. So that's pretty much all our forces gone. Expert Earth Magic is nice. Basic First Aid after that battle is more tempting than ever, but no, Advanced Intelligence. And I think that was his best defender, if I remember right. His best defender of Moston, so we've at least taken down his best hero. Oh no, there's Ufritan. Ufritan's his best. Okay, so there's still a bit of a challenge to go there. We have successfully liberated this island, which means Mephala is free to start doing things once again. If we have a look at this. We do have enough movement points to get on a ship in a direction of our choosing. If we choose to go towards this, this is too heavily defended for us to really go for. Although we do have the Advanced Wisdom now. So maybe we want to go towards this. I'm trying to remember where we have Resurrection. So we do have Resurrection in this town. I think we do need to get that to make Mephala relevant. Yeah, I think that's the thing to do. So, fastest way to get to that is probably to go this way. Okay, this time we do get the luck, so we managed to get on. And Dace is final hero to move, who is just going to grab some useful resources and things. So I'm pretty sure this town is threatened, but outside of that, I don't think Red directly threatens us. So if we do go all out to chase Orin down, he will be able to retreat. He won't be able to retreat. He won't be able to retreat because he has to get in the ship, which takes a turn. So the only reason not to do this is if we don't win. But he's looking pretty weak. We could just get some better spells, or better spell casting somehow. Got a bit of a roundabout way of doing this, I think. So what we're going to do is we're going to put Gunnar in the town. We're going to go all the way back to this. And this is purely to potentially save 7,500 gold. If we hide Gunnar in the town, we go back to this. So it doesn't really matter which of these two we pick. I guess Aleem is technically more relevant. We put Alima in the town, although before we do, the whole point of this is we're going to check this. So we had actually already had a look. So Orb of Tempestuous Fire would be really good to get across. Should probably go for that at some point, but yeah, none of this stuff is really going to help us that much. Maybe Ribcage? Should we spend 10,000 gold just to get a Ribcage? It could be useful. But there's probably more useful stuff we can do. So Altar of Wishes, unfortunately, will not come with the Master Genies, which would have been really useful too. I think these forces are enough. Nothing we can recruit will make much difference. So yeah, weirdly, I actually think, unless we already have something in that slot. No, we don't. This is a very questionable use of gold, but at the same time, I think in this fight, we just want to be as good as possible. Take the Ribcage. And we'll start moving out. I guess we could have gone for the Altar of Wishes, then gone for the upgrade next turn, and then bought another hero or something, but no. It's fine. Gonna end the turn there. So Red very clearly considering attacking us. Oh, I forgot to defend this. Damn. Okay, and this is their best hero too. And it's the Grail Town. I totally forgot to defend it. Though I don't think we would have won against this regardless. Nothing we can do against this many units. So someone else just has to come and deal with this. And actually it probably has to be Alamar. Because it's going to be tough to deal with the magic elementals otherwise. So this place has been really good for our economy. It's definitely a shame to lose it. But yeah, I don't think we would have won this regardless. Might have managed a few more kills, but yeah, against 31 Cyclops Kings. Probably has to be someone like Jaegar, but he's just too far away. Same with Dima. Fine. So Orange definitely becoming our biggest rival at this point. Teal going back to defend does take our Crystal Dragons. Okay, last thing I want to do is to see if we can find that Black Keymaster's tent. As, okay, that might be it right there. We can see the Dread Knights. I think we can probably punch our way through. Okay, so still got a bit of a problem to deal with on this side. I think we want Malekith to go... Oh, he could himself be threatened. He's lost most of his forces. Ufritin definitely a big threat. Okay, Mephala is going to prioritize getting back to this. Malekith, in the absence of any other units, I think he kind of has to go back and defend. Jaegar will go for this, so a loss is expected. Oh, goes for the anti-magic, good choice. Why didn't that work? Oh, I guess he's not got the sufficient spellcasting potential. Okay, so we've lost one of our Black Dragons, which does at least mean we cannot go for the Keymaster. I think we need Fire Elementals. I'm not sure we can kill these fast enough otherwise. Could go for the Mass Slow. You might just go for Haste though. I don't really know if I want to brawl these. Goes for the anti-magic, wow, okay. So taking pretty heavy losses, he won't be immune to this though, so this is going to do 720 points of damage. So how many do we need to kill off? I think we need more. I just want to absolutely make sure we don't lose. Wow, okay. I'm sure we could have saved one or two of them, but it was difficult. The important thing is, though, we have taken this town, and actually, it doesn't even ruin our Dracogeddon plans, because we can now build the castle gate here, and we can pretty easily go back to Candent. We can just grab these. And these are also immune to Armageddon. Bit of extra spell power too is really nice. So we still have the Dracogeddon potential. It's looking a little bit different. But we have taken Enkindle at last. I think this will be really interesting. This must be a really, or at least considered to be a really tough fight. And it should lead us, oh, it's Potentially on cursed ground. Should lead us towards, I think, the Black Keymaster's tent. Can't really see. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm going to end this episode here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.